Atownthrowdown championship game has arrived here on the girls' varsity side. It'll be Bethlehem Catholic under the direction of Jose Medina in his 9th year, Eric Gidney in his 5th year, guiding Lansdale Catholic. The Crusaders coming off a runner-up finish in the PIAA tournament a year ago. Welcome back to Cedar Beach Park here in Allentown. Mike Zambelli, pleased as always to be joined by Tracy Sear, and two programs with great pedigree, Tracy, to say the least. Not a surprise to see either one of them in this championship game.
Well, yeah, once I saw the brackets this morning, I thought, wow, we're going to have some good games going through the day, and I knew that we were going to end with a great matchup in the championship game.
Golden Hawks under Jose Medina did suffer a loss during the tournament. They actually came out of Pool A as a wild card, beat Liberty in a hard-fought game in the semifinals earlier today.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, the number to watch for on the court on both teams is number 15. You got Cece Hernandez as the point guard for Bethlehem Catholic, and you got Gabby Casey, who's the point guard for Lansdale Catholic. And Casey already committed to go play at St. Joe's next year, so she'll be teammates with Talia Brugel out of Nazareth. But she's fun to watch.
Yeah, she will wear number 15, Sanaya Littlejohn, Nadia Yamola, Jida Helm, Gabby Casey will wear 15, and Isabella Allen starting lineup for Lansdale Catholic. Acacia Santos, Marinette Colon, Yarian Fernandez, Cece Hernandez, and Kendra Ringo, the starting five for the Golden Hawks. They've got the game's first possession, but unfortunately for them, we'll turnover number one on the evening. Jim Millets, Tim Hurd, and Brandon Hibbler, your three-person officiating crew. This, the championship game. Defending champion Dunmore was eliminated earlier this afternoon by Pocono Mountain West, 43-38. That was a noontime game, or just past noontime. First look at Lansdale Catholic now offensively, and there is a look at Casey.
And both teams coming out defensively in zones, which is really, especially Bethlehem Catholic, they usually start in a man-to-man, so both teams doing their zone defense, trying to change things up, force some good ball movement on the offensive side.
Well, the other thing, too, to certainly consider is this is game number 3 of the day for the ladies. Again, 8 advancing to the single A portion, and you ask yourself who's got enough gas in the tank to carry it the rest of the way, and Kendra Ringo is having quite an afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing well shooting today. She's a nice little baseline jumper again, like similar to the one she had against Liberty earlier today.
She had an 11-point effort against the Hurricanes.
There's Casey. It's one of her patent moves there. Loves to drive baseline and use the glass to finish strong.
So a pair of 2-point field goals to start the game. I do apologize to our viewers at Service Electric Network. They bumped up the start time. There is impending storms heading in this direction. They moved the JV championship game to another court, and that's why we are back on the air a little earlier than the 60 minutes that I had talked about before. But it's all part of these tournaments, and you know, pause and pivot is a popular word in our society anymore.
Yeah, gotta be flexible. You gotta be ready to go.
Yeah, you really do. And kudos to both these programs. They were both in the neighborhood, both in the area. I'm sure they have alerted the boys finalists, Malvern Prep and Reading, that they're going to get bumped up as well. Certainly this is no time in this tournament to have to shut it down in terms of weather. So we're going to try and play beat the weatherman a little bit. 2-2 ball game early. 3-point field goal is off the mark. That by Littlejohn. Littlejohn had 4 points earlier this afternoon in their win against Pocono Mountain West.
And she's a point guard for this team, and she plays extremely well. I mean, she's only going to be a rising sophomore, so she started last year as a freshman and really does a lot to set the table for Lansdale Catholic.
Eric Gidney, the 5th-year head coach. Former head coach at Lehighton from 2012 to 2017. What a run they had a year ago. Lost to a very talented Archbishop Wood team.
Isn't that something you say often? Like,
how about it, huh? They produced some good ones.
They've had a few state titles in their day, huh?
Yeah, I'll say.
Here's Littlejohn.
Littlejohn, now the fall away is off the mark. That by Yamola. Yamola had 8 points in their win against Pocono Mountain West. West, a nice story in the tournament, falling 43-36 in the semifinals. Lansdale Catholic also beat Emmaus earlier today, 42-35.
A nice pass inside to Ringo and a drive. Allen there called for the foul.
Becca's 2 wins today, beat Council Rock North 44-21 and Liberty 40-28 in an all Bethlehem affair.
Nice little out of bounds play Coach Medina had there for Ringo to get a nice little 4-foot jumper in the lane.
Boy, she having a day, huh? Back-to-back field goals and a 4-2 Golden Hawk advantage. I mean, you talk about state playoff success over the last decade. These 2 programs are loaded with it. Casey trying to work offensively. Good resistance by the Hawks. Floaters off the mark, 1 and done, thanks to the rebound by Acacia Santos.
Bethlehem Catholic's do an outstanding job of giving him only 1 shot.
Santos forced to check off onto the perimeter and down the well. That's Ella Binkarowski.
And that's what Beckett does, as they did in the first game. I think they ended up with 6 threes in the first game today.
They made 6 of 15 threes. Your memory is spot on, and Binkarowski had 2 of those threes.
You know, they keep Hernandez, and Binkarowski, who hits this 3 there. They have 3 3-point shooters on the court at all times, and Jose Medina loves that. He loves to be able to get that ball rotated out in the wing just like that and bury that 3.
Well, you made that point earlier with Becca. You know, they are going to get their looks, and they have the ability to make them. And if they make their threes, could be the team to beat in this championship game. Off the inbounds.
That's Helm.
Did they count the bucket?
Yeah, they count it. Yep. Beautiful move. Little fake cut. Strong.
Jada's having quite a day. 19 against Emmaus to start the day, 17 against Pocono Mountain West. 18-point per game average as her first in the championship game.
She's their presence in the paint. She's a good banger. She really loves to hit the boards, not afraid to make contact.
12 minutes, court 1. 12 minutes.
Good high-low, and the block defensively, however, to negate the try by Ringo.
Now, Casey does a great job here. Like, again, the athleticism to be able to recover and block that shot.
All ball, the ability to avoid contact there.
Here comes Little John. She has some nice speed and quickness too. She can slash to the basket very well for this Lansdale Catholic team.
Final 8 teams that showed up here earlier this morning, as there's a nice job by Little John to pick up her first points of the championship game. It was Lansdale Catholic Emmaus, Pocono Mountain West knocking off defending champ Dunmore, Liberty knocked off Ben Salem, which beat Becca earlier in the tournament, and Bethlehem Catholic beating Council Rock North. That was the opening round of 8. Those games took place about 12:30 this afternoon.
And I'll tell you, Casey just came up with another steal. And here's Helms going to end up in the line again.
Well, you don't go to St. Joe's and not be able to play at both ends of the court, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's solid. She really is. It's a nice pass in. Ringo grabbing hold of that arm there, getting called for it.
It's going to send Helm to the line. She's made a pair. That's 4 points in the contest. Our boys championship game featuring 2-time defending champion Reading against Malvern Prep. Helm is right on the spot. Continuing a terrific day for her. 15 total teams in the girls varsity tournament, making up the 5 pools, each pool with 3. 5 winners and then 3 wild cards. All advancing as Casey spins ones off the board.
I didn't want to say that she was dribbling down the court, but I'm like, she's going to go coast to coast. I was thinking it, and then she waited. She hesitates and waits for that gap to open and takes it right to the rim.
She remind you anybody locally, Coach? I mean, she's just so gifted at both ends of the court.
No, I mean, I just love to watch her play because she just does it so gracefully. Like, she just makes it look easy. You know, it's like no effort.
Within the framework of the offense, within the framework of the team.
And she, like you said, works both ends. I mean, she's got her hands on blocks. She's tipping balls, rebounding.
Venkarowski has another 3. She hit a pair this afternoon in their win against Liberty. She's got 2 quick ones here.
You know, in a Bethlehem Catholic's case, with that 3 ball, I mean, think about it. Last year in the league playoffs, they hit those 3s that just, you know, one after another, and they just kind of pulled away.
Helm back to the free throw line, and Jose Medina not real happy with the discrepancy in the number of fouls. And Lansdale Catholic is taking full advantage of it as well. That's 5 for 5 for Helm.
Here comes some full court pressure.
Throw in Casey's make. They have made 6 of 6 free throws.
Here you go, 15 on 15. They switched to man-to-man.
8 minutes on court 1. 8 minutes.
Hernandez jump shot off the mark. Possession will go to Lansdale Catholic. And if you're just tuning in, this is indeed the championship game. They've bumped everything up. I think you can tell by your pictures here from Cedar Beach Park that there are overcast skies right now. There are reports of threatening storms and trying to get these 2 title games in. Look at Eric Gidney, the 50-year head coach of the Crusaders. What a journey to make it to the Giants Center and play for the Commonwealth's top prize. I know at the time, and Tracy, you've been a part of so many winning programs. There's Casey again.
Casey missed her shot, followed up her rebound and stole the ball and went right back at it to the rim.
You know, when it happens and you don't win that state championship game, it's kind of devastating. But at some point, you'll look in that trophy case and see that silver ball and realize what a great accomplishment and I mean, you maximize your year except for 1 win.
Yeah, and it makes you hungry. I mean, they're going to want to be back there. They want to try again. Playing in tournaments like this all summer long is really going to make them that much better.
Hawks have fallen behind by a half dozen. Santos is going to catch a little bit of a breather. Jose Medina, of course, a 2-time PIAA state champ, 6 district crowns, 7 East Penn Conference, including the last 5 in a row. And we talked about that in their win in the semifinals over Liberty. That's quite an accomplishment in a league that really doesn't lend itself for a team to win that many consecutive titles.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he does an outstanding job.
Casey, good use of the backboard. And she is starting to become a real problem for the Golden Hawk defense. And Jose Medina calls a timeout, and we'll discuss just that.
So you watch this kid play now for, 10 minutes here or so, and you know what Talia Brugel is able to do. And imagine coaching the 2 of them together, right?
I got a good story with Talia. I was going through the stations, and I picked up the game, and a girls' game, and I realized it was at the Penn Palestra. And then as it went on, it was St. Joe's, and I'm watching. The announcer says Talia Brugel. Now she's a freshman year. I mean, she dominated. The 5 minutes I watched the game, and can she get up and down the court for her?
She was Rookie of the Year.
She was something else.
Rookie of the Year.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
And Tessa, her sister, went to Drexel and had a tremendous senior, 5th year there.
Yeah.
And is now, I believe, a grad assistant for the Drexel program. So.
Well, they had some wonderful years as Nazareth Blue Eagles. So you look at that kind of talent, and you look at Becca still being able to win East Penn Conference crowns.
Yeah.
And Nazareth having success in the district tournament.
No doubt.
Terrific league, that's for sure. Casey's got 9 points on 4 of 6 from the floor. She's made her only free throw and has chipped in with a couple of rebounds as well. 8-point advantage for the Crusaders. They have methodically gone about their business. And there's Casey defensively matched up against Hernandez. So it's 15 on 15,
yep.
Which is what you documented at the start of the game.
That's a good look.
Bethlehem Catholic ball.
Possession will go to Becca. Again, if you have not been following us all weekend long, we had 7 games live on the air yesterday. This is our 3rd here today. 18-minute running halves. When you get inside 2 minutes, if the deficit is less than 10 points, the clock will stop on dead balls. If not, it will continue to run. Hernandez, a little step back, couldn't get it to go.
Here comes Little John. She's off to the races.
Little John thought about a 3, instead comes near side to Casey. In a little bit of trouble on the baseline, and the Crusaders fortunate to hang on to the possession here.
Ringo did a nice job of closing out that baseline, not allowing Casey to get to the rim and use the backboard.
4:45. They're first.
It's going to bring up a timeout, give us a little bit of an opportunity to recap a little bit what we've seen over the last couple of days. I think for me, Tracy, one of the special things, and I get that the basketball might not be of the championship caliber you want, but saw Alan Deeroff here yesterday dueling to a 2-point final. Huskies able to win. And then we saw Becca and Liberty here. Liberty having a terrific tournament. It was going to be 2 of the lasting memories for me to see the 2 schools in each city being able to battle.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome that we were able to get those matchups. They just happened, to be that way. And it's always nice to cover the local teams here and be able to see what we're going to be looking forward to in the winter season.
Going to see a lot of them, huh?
Sure we will. I hope to, anyway.
It's the final hurrah of the summer. All of the tournaments and leagues kind of shut down as students will start to center and turn their eye towards starting the new school year.
4:45.
Basketball season will get underway practice-wise right around the Thanksgiving holiday. Casey with a tough look at a 3 off the inbounds. And the Hawks trying to create in transition. That 4, now all 5 back defensively, but CeCe Hernandez is going to earn a trip to the free throw line. She has yet to score in the game.
And here's Hernandez with the hesitation dribble and then explodes to the basket, able to draw the foul. Textbook.
Hernandez had 10 points, including a 3 against Liberty. And she's on the board here. Maybe that gets her started. She's the 3rd Golden Hawk to score in this game.
Coach Medina subbing some other guards in here.
And the one correction that we want to make from earlier, we saw the Becca JVs join the varsity here. They're actually playing in the championship game now as we speak here. So the JV program for Becca in the title game as well.
Yeah, I believe they're playing against Emmaus.
I believe the boys JV championship game is between Reading and Muhlenberg. They were set to start playing here until the organizers, and I give Randy Attia and Tume Anderson a great deal of credit. You got to be proactive in these scenarios. Hoping to have enough time to get these title games in and crown our champions, award your all-tournament teams, your MVPs, and finish this thing off the way it deserves. It's been a tremendous 2 days of basketball. 4 days, actually.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday forced inside, but Casey misfires on the 3. Hawks have some numbers if they can hurry. Hernandez, nice ball fake, and will get the roll.
Good defense by Lancaster Catholic coming back, but Hernandez able to make a nice move and, as you said, get a favorable roll.
Yeah, I don't think the Hawks can win this game without CeCe Hernandez having some kind of success offensively. She has strung together 4 straight, and the Hawks have trimmed the deficit to 4 points. Casey following her own miss, and that persistent effort is going to earn her a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, again, she's handling the ball, driving down baseline there. Has 4 Becca Hawks hanging around her. She's able to get her own rebound and put it right back up. She does a nice job of following her own miss.
That's their first missed free throw of the game. 6 straight makes. Casey now 1 for 2.
Gabby Casey makes 1. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes and a half.
10 now for Gabby Casey. 18 first game today, followed it up with a 15-point effort. Doug Snyder talked about with the guys, and the same thing exists with the girls. Tracy, I mean, the goal here, first goal, is to get to Sunday, be a part of Sunday, and then just see where it takes you. Emmaus girls able to accomplish that goal, but falling to Lansdale Catholic early today. Hernandez shot off the mark, hustling in for the rebound was Sherelle Riley. Riley literally had his play at the other end. The travel on the Hawks. Kind of got stuck in between thoughts there.
Yeah, I thought she was going to look to pass, but then it wasn't anybody to pass to, so she came down. She kind of looked like she slid. Her foot slid on an awkward roll.
Nice play in transition by Helm.
45 seconds, court 1.
Approaching a half minute to go here in the opening half.
Becca staying in their man-to-man defense, trying to keep pressure on the ball.
Casey fighting through a double team, but whistled for a travel prior to the shot.
30 seconds, clock will stop on all whistles.
Coach Kidney did not like that call.
We're outdoors, I guess. Doug Snyder talked about, I asked him, I mean, same thing for you with the girls. Do you expect that the whistles will be less and the games will be a little bit more physical?
Well, I always expect they're going to call the game the way the game's supposed to be called, but I think in summer league, they let them play more, definitely.
That's kind of what I thought too.
But now, like, we're in this championship game, so now we have 3 refs on the court instead of 2. So, you know, you never know.
20 seconds.
But I don't think the refs have anything to do with these outcomes of these games. I think, you know, there's enough. They're letting them play enough that that lets the players determine these outcomes.
Well, you're so right. You know, and the other thing too is, I mean, and I have a great deal of appreciation for our officials and the job that they do. I mean, they're trying to get it right, just like the players are trying to get it right. And the bottom line is, I think we as a society got to be a lot more lenient on them. They're too much of a whipping boy. I mean, every call they make, they're half right and they're half wrong. Yeah. I mean, every one of them, and it's just, you know.
And it's summer league. That's why I sit there. I think
no,
it's a
absolutely.
summer tournament. Come on, people.
Absolutely. Casey off the mark from the free throw line.
15 seconds traveling violation, by the way. Bethlehem Catholic ball with 15 seconds.
Let's see if Bethlehem Catholic can hit a 3-ball here and make this a 2-point game.
Boy, it would be huge going to sending them to half. They're down a handful.
They got a few shooters out there, so let's see. They got 4 on the court right now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Run Hernandez down in the far corner. 15. Now a foul given.
That's her first, Gabby Casey.
And it'll leave 6.5 seconds. Then Karofsky will inbounds for the Hawks. Oh, no, she won't. Want to try and get something going to the basket here, and they'll do just that.
3, 2, 1.
And that will bring to a close the first half. Lansdale Catholic.
Ball went out of bounds. Clock stops.
1 second.
It's going to go.
Actually, it's a tenth of a second what we have. I mean,
I think the clock over there is like a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Time.
Not time for a catch and shoot. 19-14, Lansdale Catholic with a halftime lead over Becca.
Catholic, 19.
Lansdale Catholic has a 5-point lead here as you look at the familiar dome up there at Muhlenberg College. Lake Muhlenberg, just right here adjacent to Cedar Beach Park. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Tracy, we start with Becca.
Yeah, Ringo hitting that nice baseline jumper, and here stepping in again on the out-of-bounds play and finishing strong for 2. And there's Pinkarski hitting a 3-ball, which Becca does so well. But here's Casey driving baseline, using the glass. And again, a great cut there by Helm down the lane. She really dominates the inside game. And again, Casey taking it strong to the rim, going coast to coast there. And another slash to the basket by Casey. His ability.
Strength, yeah, strength through those double teams and able to finish off. Casey leading the way with 10. Helms got 7. Little John a pair. Vinkorowski has the 2 threes. Hernandez and Ringo just 6 scorers in the game. Casey's 10 points coming on 4 for 10. She's 2 of 4 from the line. Vinkorowski has 6 points. She's made 2 of her 3-point attempts. Lansdale Catholic has made 6 of 15, 0 for 5 in their 3-pointers. 7 of 9 free throws, 6 boards, 5 turnovers. Becca 5 for 17, 2 of 9 threes. Made a pair of free throws, 8 boards. They have turned it over 6 times. Any adjustments you look for, Coach, in the second half?
I'm looking to see if Jose Medina is going to come out with some more full court pressure than he did. He hasn't showed that yet today with this team. I know he likes to do that, but sometimes you're playing against really good teams, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, and he likes to also try and change tempos and complexion of games within his defensive scheme, but they're going to turn it over in their first possession, not the start they wanted. Here's Helm eyeing it up, forces one up towards the basket, and the rebound to the Hawks. Opportunity to run if they hurry. It is Santos who's going to draw a foul.
And Helm wasn't happy at the other end. She thought she was fouled.
Lansdale
Here
Catholic
comes
foul number
Santos to the
15,
rim.
Gabby Casey.
And Casey slapping
Her
down
first,
at the
team's
ball.
first. Let's try it. Akasha
Santos had a pair against Liberty
through.
in the semifinals and has her first points in the championship game.
Thumbs up from Mom.
Again, let's see off this make if Bethlehem Catholic tries to do any type of full court pressure just to try to change the tempo, like we said. They got an offensive rebound by Ringo.
3 from the deep corner, and it turns out being a 3-point possession. That was Yarian Fernandez.
They just let it fly.
She had 9 points on 3 made threes this afternoon, so she gets into the act, and the Hawks all of a sudden have 5 players who has scored as Helm answers with a 3 of her own.
Helm stepping out and taking the 3 ball as a post player. You gotta love that. I mean, she's not very tall, but she can bang with the best on the inside.
Hernandez from way downtown.
Casey was in her face too. That was about 3 or 4 feet deep behind that line.
And all of a sudden it's raining threes. I hate to use the word rain with these threatening skies around us. Casey stepped back. She's going to keep it going. Indeed. And all of a sudden the 3-point shooting contest has broken out.
That was anything you can do, I can do better.
See if Hernandez has an answer here for the Hawks. 4 made field goals in this half, all 3-pointers. Nice denial on the inside of the defense. Little John
nice pass.
Looking for some help and has it. With a double dribble mishandled by Isabella Allen in transition.
Yeah, Little John made a nice little dish. Likes to set up her teammates when she can.
Nell Carr checks in for Lansdale Catholic. Allen will catch a breather.
Here's Fernandez out front. Santos with the ball. Out to Cologne.
Sweeping left-hand shot there by Cologne.
And Helms comes out of that with a smile. She knew she fouled her.
Fouls on Jada Helm on Lansdale Catholic, her first, team second. Mimi Cologne getting 2 at the line for Bethlehem Catholic. Lansdale.
Cologne trying to get in the scorer's column. Hawks doing a much better job of getting more people involved in this second half. Maybe that gets her started. She had a field goal for 2 points against Liberty in the semifinals and coaxes home the second. Much better start offensively for the Hawks here in this half, and as a result, they're within 2. Off the dribble is Little John. Rebound secured by Becca, trying to dribble her way out was Cologne.
Casey, that's her third.
Third foul on Casey. She's got to be careful.
Cassidy Saplino in the game for Lancaster Catholic.
Here comes Hernandez back at the point
Lansdale,
position.
Lansdale.
2 to tie, 3 to take the lead for Becca.
Lansdale.
Again, being patient, waiting for that. There it is, the 3 ball.
3 in the lead off the mark. Rebound and a duel for it. Won by Lansdale Catholic. Hawks have never led in that game. What a nice move by Casey. Couldn't finish. Deep rebound secured by Helm.
Oh, Helm just came down on a foot.
Clock is stopped. Medical unit on court 1, medical court 1.
You had a better look at it than I did. Side of a foot.
Yeah, she came down on a foot when she went up.
Yep, there it is.
13-15 on this court. 13-15.
She's showing some toughness. She wants to play more basketball
Oh, yeah.
today. You can tell.
She did a nice job of kind of going with it. Like she knew it was happening when it was happening. We've all done that though. We played enough basketball.
Casey now with a takeaway, and hard to the deck goes Cologne.
Nadia
Cologne is shaken up.
Yamola.
That's what you hate to see. You know, you're in your final game of the summer and you don't want to find injuries happen, you know?
Court 1 if there's any available.
So both teams suffering an injury here. See
We're
if we
running
can
out of
pick up.
medical.
Cologne was trying
12:30
to
now.
dribble their
12:30.
way out
Yeah.
of trouble. The court has been slippery.
Little shirt grab there. You see that?
It's all fair.
Jump ball's going to go black. Lansdale Catholic.
Again, with 12.5 minutes left here. Still a tight game,
12 minutes
4-point game.
on the court. 12 minutes.
Casey can help her team add to their lead here. Nice.
Nadia
Ola has hit
Yamola.
back-to-back buckets. And she's now into the act with 4 points. Had 8 against Pocono Mountain West in the semifinals. So both teams, Tracy, doing a better job of getting other people involved offensively.
Yeah, Hernandez just tried to thread the needle there, but it was too tight of a fit. Turned the ball over. They really need to make something happen because boom.
It was all over it.
Yeah. It's a 6-point game, and that could have been a 9-point game if that went down all the way. In and out, Casey.
Entry pass run down by Ringo in the far corner. Kendra's been a little quiet in this half. A couple of field goals, both coming in the opening half of the ball game. Vinkorowski. That's Ringo fighting on the offensive board. Boy, that's the way to get yourself involved.
She did a great job crashing the boards there and able to finish on a nice little finger roll up there underneath.
She has a half dozen. It's back to a 4-point Lansdale Catholic lead.
Crusaders got to be patient here.
Little John, tough angle. And a good box out. Numbers for the Hawks if they can hurry down court. Hernandez lost the handle on it. I think both teams starting to show a little wear and tear. Third game of the day.
Yeah, now another foul.
Sub.
Casey with a nice little hesitation, drawing the contact, trying to get to the rim.
Akasha Santos, that's her third. Team's first of the half.
Subs in for both teams.
10 minutes.
Helm.
Court
Good to
one,
see Helms
10
back
minutes.
in there.
Kind of sensed that she was going to be back, by the way. I mean, she was ignoring that. Casey.
Santos bringing the ball up.
Santos threads the needle. Good second effort there by Ringo. Will earn her a trip to the free throw line. Showing a little frustration, but boy, is she hanging in there.
Team's first
Nice
of the half.
quick pass, little slide dish there to Ringo, padding her rebounding stat here a little bit.
Tell you, Ringo, a big girl with good hands. That was a very difficult pass to handle from short distance. Big girls or big guys, however you want to look at it, like that ball coming up off the court on a bounce pass rather than hip high.
9 minutes.
Those two have been playing together long enough, Santos and Ringo. They know what they're doing.
7 in the game for Ringo. Back to a 3-point game, and the Hawks going to get a stop.
Bethlehem Catholic ball.
Eric Gidney, 5th season. PIAA state runner-up in 2021. Losing to Archbishop Wood. And Gorosky tries to turn the corner. Good look at a 3. Now the other thing you talked about, Tracy, was Becca's a really good 3-point shooting team, but as these games go on, and that wear and tear, Casey not showing any wear and tear, but you start to lose your legs in those perimeter shots, and all of a sudden they don't go in as easily as they did earlier in the day.
Oh, and Casey does a nice job of being able to get to the rim there. She took a couple shots that weren't falling for her for the outside. This time down the court, she just said, I'm going to the rim.
You look at that, Santos was right there. Bounce pass in transition and laying it up and in is Little John.
That was a great look. Nice lead bounce pass to Little John, cutting to the basket. And that was done by Helms, which is your post player hitting that pass.
7:40 left. They got one more timeout.
Helms dropping a dime right there. And Little John does a nice job of finishing, able to catch it in transition and go.
These are two pretty tired teams right now. I think you can see it by just the pace of the game. You know, credit to Lansdale Catholic every time, and it's so hard to fight back and play from behind. Becca's never led in this game, and every time they get within arm's length, the Crusaders seem to have an answer for them.
Yeah, and they used to play this tournament where you're playing sometimes 4, 5, 6 games playing back. So, a third game in any tournament, when I coached AAU and you had to play that third game, I mean, the legs just aren't there, especially with the effort that your kids are giving. So, hats off to both these teams, really, still trying to show their shine.
Want to again congratulate you and your daughter, Sydney. Good luck next week. Wedding plans are hopefully all in place. Getting married next week. We wish the entire family great success next week.
Well, thank you. I hope everything will run smoothly
as well. I'm sure knowing you, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Yeah, I think everything's ready. Hopefully everything, like I said, will run smoothly. And
let's start thinking about the basketball season then, huh?
That's right. We got to go into fall sports first,
Pretty important possession here now for Becca. Hernandez with the ball in her hands. They swing it around near side. Santos trying to turn the corner, and this time had the energy to lay it up into the bucket.
That was a really nice finish. It's a 5-point game with 7 minutes to go. This is really anybody's ball game yet. Especially Bethlehem Catholic's 3-ball abilities, I
hate to say must score, but, just energy-wise and momentum-wise, pretty important possession there. See if they get a stop now at this end.
Well, we talk about the running clock, too. I mean, it's a different kind of game you got to coach here, so you really can't fall too far behind. Otherwise, you don't have an opportunity to, without the clock stopping.
Casey, eyes always fixated on that rim. She's a threat to launch it no matter where she is. And there it goes. You can kind of see her setting that up, and she's going to come up short.
Cologne.
A couple of subs into the game for Becca, including Cologne. That's good news for them as well. She was shaken up earlier in the contest. So both teams suffered a little bit of a mishap there. Both seem to be all right. Casey now 15 points, 6 for 17 from the floor.
And here they're trying to set Hernandez up, coming off the wheel here, off the screen. Little curl, there it is.
They've got it in rhythm, and Hernandez buries it.
You think I know the play?
You've seen it, huh? And it's back to a 2-point game. Hawks have never led in this contest. Little John probing.
Ringo thought she had a nice clean block there, but ref saw it different. There's a foul.
Fouls on Kenza Rigo, her fourth.
Littlejohn has a field goal in each half. First
Shania
trip to the
Littlejohn will
line.
get two. One more.
That's an important couple of free throws there, and that's kind of been the deal for Lancaster Catholic. They've had the answer every time Becca's made a run.
That's for sure. It's a 4-point game. There's still a lot of time here, but Bethlehem Catholic really needs to, keep going bucket for bucket in order to stay in this game.
Fernandez. And an offensive foul called, much to the dismay of head coach Jose Medina. I don't know if we have his reaction. And I'll tell you, position pretty solid there.
Helm's pleased with herself, that's for sure.
And I'll tell you, that willingness to step in and take a charge in the wintertime is something you don't always get, let alone here in the summer months.
Bethlehem Catholic gets a turnover here. Little cha-cha going on with the feet underneath.
Well, a staple to their success at Becca has been their ability to get stops. I mean, they've had some prolific scorers, obviously, but their ability to get stops when they need them has been the reason for their great success. Not going to be able to produce some points here, and now Casey on a leak out gets an easy pair.
And there's Helms looking up right away, sees her guard release in Casey and gets rid of the ball.
Gabby Casey now with 17 in the game. And the lead back to 6, and they'll get another stop here.
4 minutes on the main.
And now we're under 4 minutes to go in regulation.
They got to come up with a stop here. Once this game gets to 8 points with 3 minutes to go, I think Becca's going to be in danger.
Fouls on Ashaka Santos, her fourth, team's third.
Reach-in foul on the Hawks, non-shooting foul.
And Santos, that makes her fourth foul there, so she's been on assignment with Casey here, so it's Casey's going to the rim on her and drawing those fouls. Here's my player Helm here with the ball.
3 minutes, court 1, 3 minutes.
And she lost her footing. Tedious possession as it's some contact out in her midcourt. Foul on Becca, and it is on Yarion Fernandez. Talked about it in their semifinal round win against Liberty. Hawks were upset in the Final Four a year ago by Executive Education. Casey working the offensive board and a bucket and a foul.
And her putback there, she saw the defense rise up. She had a little hesitation and then released it to draw the foul. Watch this, she a little hesitation there and then puts it up strong.
Going to have an all-tournament team and an MVP at the conclusion of this game. And starting to like number 15 with the MVP award. She's turning in that kind of a performance.
You wouldn't have an argument for me at all.
The clock will stop on all whistles.
I'd take her in a heartbeat on my team.
Now they've stretched it back to a 9-point game. It's happened 3 or 4 times in this contest.
Nice strong take by Cologne there.
Cologne,
Finish high off the glass.
That's her first field goal. Now the Hawks have another run.
So we're under 2 minutes here. The clock will stop on fouls and such because it's
Cologne on the foul, her second, team 6.
It's within 10 points or less. So
Jose Medina was calling for his team to commit the foul there. Not yet in the bonus. Graduate of Liberty High School, played baseball for the Hurricanes. Casey was looking for a trip to the free throw line to go along with that one.
She might have been touched a little bit there from behind.
$12 and a half, 22 in the game for Gabby Casey.
That quick release by Hernandez, I gotta love that, man. Coming off that. handoff, and lets it
Catholic calls their
fly.
last timeout with 1:10 left. 1:10 left. They're out of timeout.
1:10 remaining in the game, and the Hawks have used their final timeout. Was that a 3 for
That was a 3.
Hernandez?
Yes, it was.
She's got 3 of them in the half, 9 and 13 for the game.
That's a 6-point game. That means they only need 2 buckets to tie this.
Let's take a look at Gabby Casey. You talked about it. She's a commit to go to St. Joe's University. She's been as advertised here in this championship game.
And I was the one advertising her, because I'm telling you, she can play. But she's got 22 points. She's 3 for 5 from the free throw line. You know, she just can do it all. She can shoot the 3. She defends. I love the fact that she plays both ends of the court. There's been so many superstars you watch play that can do the scoring, but they kind of take the defensive end off, and she's not that kind of kid.
Yeah, but when you're earning scholarships to the likes of the St. Joe's, they're not looking for just offense. They're looking for people, and really coaches on the high school level. And you mentioned Eric Gidney. You don't get to the PIAA finals in any class without the ability to play at both ends of the court.
No doubt, no doubt.
Casey has 22 points, 9 of 20 field goals, 3 of 5 from the line. Hernandez for Becca, 13 points, 4 of 10 from the floor. She's made both free throws, has a couple of rebounds.
And they get the ball in Casey's hands knowing they're going to get fouled. So now it becomes a free throw shooting game.
I'm not so sure that you want to get into that kind of a contest with Lansdale Catholic. They have been sensational in this championship game.
They've done a great job of really getting to the line, you know, getting to the basket and therefore drawing the fouls.
Knocks down a pair. Gabby Casey is turning in one of the top performances of the entire tournament. Vikarowski, Hawks need points, and they need them in a hurry. They are out of timeouts, will not get a score there. And that could just about do it. Lansdale Catholic. Foul committed by Fernandez, her 4th.
Helms going to the line.
Tell you, she's quite a compliment to Casey.
She sure is. She does a nice job all around.
She's got 10, now make that 11. I have her 6 for 6 from the line. Yeah, I did it.
Okay. And they just got the
Put my hand up.
They got
I
the
put my
offensive
hand up.
rebound. And she just got fouled again, so she's going back to the line to shoot 2 more for you. 35 seconds. She hits these 2. I think this game is pretty much out of reach at this point.
Misfires on the front end. Will not get an opportunity at a second. 3 off the mark. Helms skying for the rebound. Little John maneuvering past midcourt.
Double bonus, 18 seconds.
Double bonus now in effect. It'll be a 2-shot foul, sending Helm back to the free throw line. Unofficially 11 in the contest.
Well, we were able to get this game in. Hopefully the boys' championship game will be able to get played next.
Reading and Malvern Prep
What a game.
for the 2022 championship. Reading a couple of times a state champ over the last 4 or 5 years.
Countdown on court 1.
Rick Perez
10,
and those Knights
9,
are in
9 seconds.
town. Ringo. Good tournament for Kendra. Hernandez.
9 seconds. 9.
Hawks again will certainly be at the top of the contenders for the East Penn Conference.
I'm sure they will. They have some nice size. They have lots of guards that can shoot the 3. They can handle the ball. They play defense. Got to stay healthy, though.
9, 8,
9 in the game for Ringo. Should be our final shot of the game. Lansdale Catholic gonna dribble off the final couple of seconds. 46-38. As Lansdale Catholic is going to win the 2022 Atownthrowdown varsity tournament for the girls. 46-38 your final. It will complete a day that saw them beat Emmaus, Pocono Mountain West, and now Becca's. So they're played their way through the East Penn Conference.
Yeah.
Not an easy chore. In 3 victories here today. Congratulations to head coach Eric Gidney.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the tournament, I asterisked Lansdale Catholic. You know, you thought maybe Dunmore might make it down this way. They were bracketed against, you know, in the same upper part of the bracket. Pocono Mountain West was able to knock off Dunmore. But Lansdale Catholic has done a tremendous job all week here, or the last 3 days, I should say, playing in this tournament, and really proved that they deserve to win this.
Yeah, I've got star power, and they used it to their advantage. Casey and Allstater on her way to St. Joe's. We'll tally up the individual scoring as we wait for them to get ready for the post-game festivities. Want to thank Tume Anderson and Randy Attia, the co-directors of the Atownthrowdown. Of course, special thanks to St. Luke's University Health Network and our own folks at the Service Electric Network. We are the co-presenting sponsors of this event. 4 days, basketball extravaganza, wall-to-wall games, over 100 teams when you factor in the JVs, the riser levels, boys and girls. 6 courts down here at Cedar Beach. They used alternate sites on Thursday and Friday. It's quite a lot of moving parts, but they've pieced it together.
And it's wonderful how, like, the local high schools and Muhlenberg College does a great job of being able to let all these teams come in, share it with the community. One of the assistant athletic directors is sitting here next to us from Muhlenberg College, Mika Petruno.
Mm-hmm.
So they're out here supporting the programs, and it's great for the community.
Well, and you can see, Tracy, real easy why a lot of communities don't have these kind of events, because, I mean, and then you throw in the city of Allentown as well. Let's listen into the post-game show.
Anderson. Great job. Thank you all for coming out today. Please, a round of applause for both teams for a great competition, please. Round of applause, please, for both these lady teams. But to congratulate Bethlehem Catholic on an awesome effort. All right, great job, ladies. We'd like to acknowledge a couple of your winners. A beast of a tournament goes to Yadi Fernandez. Another from Bethlehem Catholic, beast of the tournament, Cece Hernandez. Congratulations to Bethlehem Catholic, a finalist at the Atownthrowdown. And from the champions, a beast of the tournament, Sanaya Wiljohn. Also, a beast of the tournament from Lansdale Catholic, Jada Helm. And our 2022 Atownthrowdown most awesome player goes to Gabby Casey. And our 2022 Atownthrowdown Girls Champion goes to Lansdale Catholic. All right, next up, our boys championship, featuring back-to-back champions, Reading, taking on newcomer to the tournament, Malvern Prep.
Trying to summon up a little energy to get a celebration in there. It's been a long day. Quick, the individual scoring, first of all, for Lansdale Catholic, Littlejohn with 6. Yamola had 4, Helm with 12, a game-high 24 for Gabby Casey, and an MVP, Helm and Littlejohn joining her on the all-tournament team. For the Golden Hawks, Fernandez all-tournament, Hernandez all-tournament, 3 for Santos, 5 for Cologne, 3 for Fernandez, 13 for Hernandez, 6 for Binkarowski, and 9 for Kendra Rigo. Tracy Sear, I want to thank you wholeheartedly for all your great efforts this week. It's been quite a nice run. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the winter time.
Always a good time here. Always fun to enjoy basketball, especially with you and Doug Snyder. We're
Pretty
junkies,
awesome.
and we love the game, so it's always fun to watch.
We had a great couple of days, and again, congratulations and good luck next week with Sydney's wedding. We wish her well.
Thank you.
That'll do it for our varsity girls championship game. Lansdale Catholic capturing the gold here. The boys championship game, Reading and Malvern Prep. Doug Snyder back in on behalf of Tracy Sear and all of us here at the Service Electric Network. I'm Mike Zambelli. We'll see you back here in a couple of minutes.